Hello everyone, I'm the Waifu Connoisseur, and welcome back to another Arknights Endfield video. In this video, we will be going over the topic of rerolling, answering the question of should you reroll, how to reroll, and then ending off this video with talking about who you should be aiming for if you do decide to reroll. Information given in this video will be both subjective and objective, just so you guys have an outlook from both sides. For people who do not know what rerolling is, because you are either new to gacha games or have never done it before, rerolling is the repetitive act of making a new account and playing through the start of a gacha game again and again to get to the point where you can summon for characters so you can get your ideal start. For people who want to reroll or are curious about it, why should you do it? Well, for starters, you get to start the game with operators that you like, either for meta reasons or waifu reasons. Gacha games are inherently a waifu and husbando collecting game, so it makes sense why you would want to start your Endfield journey with who you like. You may also just want a strong start with meta units like Levitate or Progonishnik, and that is a perfectly fine reason to reroll as well. Personally, I do not think it is wise to reroll in Arknights Endfield, mainly because it is more time consuming compared to other games, and it is also more active compared to other gacha games. In other gacha games, most of the time you can use an emulator to multi-instance reroll with multiple accounts, and or use guest accounts to make rerolling even easier. However, in Arknights Endfield, we do not have any of those options, so rerolling will only be one game at a time with either salted emails or throwaway emails, which is not an enjoyable process, trust me. It also takes more than 20 minutes from the start of the game to the point where you can actually start to gacha, which is also another reason not to reroll. If you made it this far into the video, I am assuming you decided that you actually want to reroll. Even if it takes a long time to reroll, the stuff you are doing is really simple. You will be playing through the tutorial, which consists of a bunch of pop-ups telling you how to play the game, skipping through the story, fighting enemies that are in between story dialogues, and moving around the first area to get to the next part of the story. After saving the Owl Man, Andre, and reporting back to Miss Chin, you can claim your mail, redeem any codes that are available on launch, and finally get to gacha. You will have 10 pulls for the beginner banner, 20 pulls for the standard banner, and 11 pulls for the Levitate banner. Overall, a very active reroll process, but at least you do not have to worry about min-maxing your reroll process, like collecting every hidden chest or collecting special interactable objects like Orleans to get an extra pull. Now that you got to the part of the reroll process where you can start gacha-ing, who should you aim for? Of course, the simplest answer is to say reroll for whoever you like, but that is a no-brainer and something that should already be common sense to you. The objectively correct answer for the best rerolls scenarios is either getting Levitate with your free 10 pull, or getting either Pogornishnik or Last Rite, plus an additional 6-star operator from either the 10 pull on the beginner banner or the 20 pulls from the standard banner. The reason as to why these scenarios are the best is because you get Levitate at the start of the game. You can start building her team immediately, while also saving your Ori Geometry and Oro Barrel for future characters, essentially giving you 120 more pulls in the long run. If you get Pogornishnik or Last Rite and another 6-star operator, you are set for building the physical team or the cryo team, and you do not have to worry about selecting them from your 300 character selector on the standard banner. You can also start thinking about what weapons you should pull for instead of saving your arsenal tickets for a what-if situation. And that is essentially all that I wanted to talk about regarding rerolling. I hope this video helped you guys out. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments section below, and I will answer them whenever I see them. Also, please remember to keep your sanity in check if you choose to reroll. It is not the end of the world if you do not have your favorite character on day 1. You can perfectly play through the game at a normal pace, and can get Levitate after a couple weeks of playing. You can also just wait to get your favorite standard banner unit from the 300 selector after like a month or 2 of playing the game. With that disclaimer out of the way, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys next time.